Hi guys, Arik is here, your Russian coach. I hope you're in a good mood and you're crazy enough to persist with your desire to read Russian classics in the original. But we are going to have lots of fun together, I promise you. So please open your printed materials by Fyodor Dostoyevsky, Маленький, герой. If you don't have it printed, please open the link below this video. We're going to continue. You remember last time her husband arrived at the party. And I'm going to show you first of all where we stopped the last time. You will have your mission impossible to find the place in the story where we'll start from. And then I'm going to remind you what happened so far. And also for the new students, it's going to be a golden opportunity to continue with us now without looking back and reviewing all the previous lessons, even though I really recommend that you do that. So our mission impossible is to find this for the following place. Прежде всего это был европеец. So you can click Ctrl F and type in the word прежде, and it will bring you here. Прежде. So прежде всего это был европеец. Now, a short plot of the story. There is this big party nearby Moscow in a huge mansion. And at this party, there are present three main characters of the story, which is an 11-year-old boy who is the narrator, another blonde lady, 20 and something years old, who kind of behaves in a silly way towards this boy, and the friend of that lady, another lady called Madame M. And this boy has deep affection for Madame M. But Madame M has some kind of sadness in her. And so far we don't know what this sadness is about. So that's in short. And then they say, last time we learned that часов в 10 приехал муж Madame M. So around 10, the husband of Madame M arrived. Now, I just want to read for you what we learned the last time, from часов в 10 and up to самолюбие. So just kind of bring you in the mood, in the right mood. And then we will continue with our new materials. But for now, I'm just going to read it for you and I'm going to translate, and that's it. Часов в 10 приехал муж Мадам М. До сих пор я наблюдал за ней очень пристально, не отрывая глаз от ее грустного лица. Теперь же, при неожиданном входе мужа, я видел, как она вся вздрогнула, и лицо ее, и без того уже бледное, сделалось вдруг бледнее платка. Это было так приметно, что и другие заметили. Я расслышал в стороне отрывочный разговор, из которого кое-как догадался, что бедной мадам М не совсем хорошо. Говорили, что муж ее ревнив, как араб, не из любви, а из самолюбия. So around 10 o'clock, there arrived the husband of Madame M. So far, I have been watching her very, very thoroughly, without taking my eyes from her sad face. But now, with this unexpected entrance of her husband, I saw that all of her shook, and her face, even without that pale, became suddenly more pale than a handkerchief. It was so noticeable that others also noticed it. I could hear on the side there was an abrupted conversation, out of which somehow I figured out that the poor Madame M doesn't feel very well. They said that her husband was jealous as Arab. We explained that as an African person, but not out of love, but out of self-love. So that's where we stopped the last time. Now I'm going to read the part. Today we're going to start with прежде, and we're going to end with кусок жира. Yeah, so that's our target for today. And I'm giving you the first reading. Even if you don't get a lot of it, that's fine. You will get it. Прежде всего, это был европеец. Человек современный, с образчиками новых идей и тщеславящийся своими идеями. С виду это был черноволосый, высокий и особенно плотный господин, с европейскими бакенбардами, с самодовольным румяным лицом, с белыми как сахар зубами и с безукоризненной джентльменской осанкой. Называли его умным человеком. Так в иных кружках называют одну особую породу растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества, которая ровно ничего не делает, которая ровно ничего не хочет делать, и у которой от вечной лености и ничего не делания вместо сердца кусок жира. How do you feel about that? If it sounds to you like Chinese, that's fine. We are going to analyze it right now. So look. Прежде всего, это был европеец, человек современный, с образчиками новых идей и тщеславящийся своими идеями. So let's go over this sentence. Прежде всего means first of all. Это был европеец. Европеец means European. So прежде всего, so I'm just reminding you that they are depicting the husband of Madame M. First of all, it was a European man. Человек современный. Современный means modern, so a modern person. С образчиками новых идей. So образчиками, you can notice that it comes from the word образ, which means image. But obraz means model also. So the idea, when Dostoevsky says с образчиками новых идей, you can deduce from the context that he was a kind of a model of new ideas. So it's like with the models of new ideas, с образчиками новых идей. But the idea is that certain aspects of his behavior presented new ideas. С образчиками новых идей и тщеславящийся своими идеями. So let's talk about the word тщеславящийся. If you depict someone and use the adjective тщеславный, it means a person who likes praise, who likes other people to praise him. And oftentimes that's the most important thing for him and not like deeper things. That's тщеславящий. So тщеславящийся своими идеями means that he really likes to be praised because of his ideas. That's the meaning. Тщеславящийся своими идеями. So now look how it all works together here. Прежде всего это был европеец. Человек современный, с образчиками новых идей и тщеславящийся своими идеями. First of all, he was a European. It was a European, a modern man, with the models of new ideas, like meaning in his behavior, и тщеславящийся своими идеями, and wants to be praised because of his ideas. С виду это был черноволосый, высокий и особенно плотный господин с европейскими бакенбардами, с самодовольным румяным лицом, с белым как сахар зубами и с безукоризненной джентльменской осанкой. So с виду, please underline с виду as an expression, and it means from his external appearance, from how you could take him externally, perceive him externally. Черноволосый means black-haired, высокий, tall. Особенно плотный. Особенно means like really, or specifically. Особенно, specifically. And плотный, it doesn't mean fat, but it means kind of chubby. So плотный, yeah, so особенно плотный, especially chubby господин, Mr. or Sir. Basically a male person. Господин means a male person. So look how it works together, the beginning of the sentence. С виду это был черноволосый, высокий и особенно плотный господин. So externally, с виду basically means externally. It was a black-haired, tall, and specifically chubby guy or man. С европейскими бакенбардами. So бакенбарды means like long hair before the ears. Like Pushkin had. You can look at the picture of Alexander Pushkin. He had бакенбарды. So this I just want to check how they say it in English. It's called sideburns in English. So с европейскими бакенбардами means with the European sideburns. Самодовольным румяным лицом. Самодовольный means, so Sama means himself, Sama, and довольный means satisfied. So самодовольный means someone who is self-satisfied. And румяный means kind of reddish, but reddish usually in a healthy way, kind of pink. So румяный basically means pink face. So с европейскими бакенбардами, самодовольным румяным лицом, so with the European sideburns, with the self-satisfied pink face, с белыми как сахар зубами, with the white as sugar teeth, и с безукоризненной джентльменской осанкой. So безукоризненная means without fault. And asanka means kind of posture. That's asanka. So, из безукоризненной джентльменской осанкой means and with the gentleman posture without fault. Like perfect gentleman posture. You see? So now you will get all of this sentence. Look how it works together. С виду это был черноволосый, высокий и особенно плотный господин, с европейскими бакенбардами, с самодовольным румяным лицом, с белыми как сахар зубами и с безукоризненной джентльменской осанкой. Externally, it was a black-haired, tall, and specifically chubby man, with the European sideburns, with self-satisfied pink face, with white as sugar teeth, and with perfect gentleman posture. Называли его умным человеком. So they called him a smart person. And then we have our last sentence for today, but it's a long one, so just bear with me. Так в иных кружках называют одну особую породу растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества, которая ровно ничего не делает, и которая ровно ничего не хочет делать, и у которой от вечной ленности и ничего не делания вместо сердца кусок жира. So now look how it works. Так в иных кружках называют одну особую породу растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества. So it continues this thought of they called him a smart person. So так means so. В иных кружках. So кружках comes from кружки, which is circles. And иных, it's an obsolete word for certain. So так в иных кружках. So, in certain circles, называют одну особую породу. Называют means they call. So in certain circles, they call one. Особую means special. Порода means breed. Usually порода relates to animals, but it might also relate to people like here. You will get it right now. So in certain circles, they call one specific breed. What kind of a breed? Растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества. Растолстевшего means someone who became fat. That's растолстевший, comes from толстый, which is fat. На чужой счет means for, because other people worked for that. because like on others' account. It means that other people work for that, but you didn't do anything for that. So I will just explain it to you. You just write that человечество means humanity. Humanity as just collective of humans. So that's человечество, humanity. So растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества would mean people who became fat because of the work of others, because they didn't work. So it implies that the person is lazy. And he lived or he did something на чужой счет. Means others earned it for him. Others served him. So на чужой счет, you can underline it. And you can write above that, because of the service of other people. Meaning, he was lazy to do it himself. Therefore, look how it works. Так в иных кружках, называют одну особую породу растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества. So, in certain circles, they call one specific breed of fattened, because of the work of others, humanity, or people, yeah, которая ровно ничего не делает. So, ровно means absolutely, in a more like higher language, literary language. So a certain breed of humanity that became fat because of the service of others, because of the work of others. And that которая means, it continues the word порода, which is breed. Которая ровно ничего не делает, which is so the breed which doesn't do absolutely anything. Because ровно means absolutely, and ничего means anything. So которая ровно ничего не делает, that doesn't do absolutely anything. Которая ровно ничего не хочет делать, which is so the breed which is absolutely doesn't want to do anything. So that's similar to the previous one. И у которой от вечной ленности и ничего не делания вместо сердца кусок жира. Now, ленность, it means laziness, and usually they write it with double N. So I don't know whether it's a mistake here in this particular print or Dostoevsky just did it on purpose. But just ленность as laziness, you would get double N usually. So и у которой, and with which, so it continues the breed, yeah, the idea of breed. От вечной ленности. So вечной means infinite. So вечный means infinite. So от вечной ленности means because of, like, literally it means from the infinite laziness, but meaning because of infinite laziness. И ничего не делание means doing nothing. Because of infinite laziness and doing nothing. Вместо сердца кусок жира. So instead of heart, вместо means instead. Instead of heart, кусок жира. There is a piece. Кусок means piece. Жира comes from жир, which is fat. So therefore, и у которой от вечной ленности ничего не делания вместо сердца кусок жира. So, and which has, like у которой means which has here, from the permanent laziness and doing nothing, instead of heart, there is a piece of fat. Yeah? Now you will get this whole, a little bit complicated sentence. Так в иных кружках называют одну особую породу растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества, которая ровно ничего не делает, которая ровно ничего не хочет делать, и у которой от вечной ленности и ничего не делания вместо сердца кусок жира. So, just reminding you, he continues this idea that they called him a smart person from the previous sentence. So, in certain circles, they call one specific breed of fattened because of the work of others, people, the breed which absolutely doing nothing, which doesn't do absolutely anything, which absolutely doesn't want to do anything, and which has, out of the permanent laziness and doing nothing, instead of heart, a piece of fat. Yeah. So how do you feel about that? It's clear. It's more clear, correct? So if it's still unclear and you want to make it clearer, please write your questions down below. But now I'm going to read all of this part without translation, and I'm going to put the link to this second reading below this video so you can listen to it repetitively. And you will see now that it is much clearer than it was before. So look how it works. Говорили, so it was our last sentence, the last time, sorry. Говорили, что муж ее ревнив, как араб, не из любви, а из самолюбия. Now from here we started today. Прежде всего, это был европеец, человек современный, с образчиками новых идей и тщеславящийся своими идеями. С виду это был черноволосый, высокий и особенно плотный господин, с европейскими бакенбардами, с самодовольным румяным лицом, с белым как сахар зубами и с безукоризненной джентльменской осанкой. Называли его умным человеком. Так в иных кружках называют одну особую породу растолстевшего на чужой счет человечества, которая ровно ничего не делает, которая ровно ничего не хочет делать, и у которой от вечной ленности и ничего не делания вместо сердца кусок жира. So guys, how do you feel? Even if it's not 100%, but you can agree with me that it is much better. So your Russian comprehension is growing. And that's our goal here. So if you need help with your Russian progress, please do not hesitate and contact me using the email below. We'll meet on Zoom and I'll give you lots of advice how you can do that. And the first meeting is for free and with no obligation on your part. But for now, thank you very much. Keep smiling and we'll see each other at the next lesson. Ciao, ciao.